All right. Hello, everyone. Yes, we are back once again
Hello.
for the next episode of A Conversation with Kely. Episode, I don't even know at this point, 90 something. I don't fucking know. But anyway, we're here to cover the next episode of Survivor 42. Believe it or not, there's only like 3 episodes left, 2 after this one. But as always, I am here, my lovely and beautiful co-host, Aly. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I just had some Pringles.
Oh, yes, we love Pringles.
We do. But
Yes,
yeah, other than that, my day was pretty chill. I took my dog for a walk, but other than that, I just hung out.
I also had a chill day, even though I was at work. It was really fucking slow. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and introduce our 2 guests. We were supposed to have one on, but we have a surprise guest as well. But we're going to start off with the one that was like, that we was meant to be here. We always loved having her on. We did the draft with her early on the season, and we haven't been able to get her on since then. Here she is, Jen.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hey. It's always great having you. And also with us, because I stupidly forgot that the chat that we were in had another person in it. And we were like, you know what? We'll have her on. We love having her on as well. Here's Jessie.
Hi, guys!
It was really funny because I sent that link and Ally's like, oh, yeah, you know Jazzy's in that chat. Right? Like, oh, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, it's time to start the podcast. Cool.
Well, you know what? The more the merrier, honestly. So before we do get into it, Jazzy, we know your thoughts on the season because we already asked you. But Jen, you haven't been on since we did the draft with Topher and Seb Yonsei. So we just want to know, what are your thoughts on the season so far?
So I'm loving the season so far.
Oh, yeah.
I think the cast is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally a carbon copy of 41, but with new people. But you know, I'm really enjoying it so far. Lots of really good
and more and much more character driven. I feel like than 41 as well, which is good. This episode was insane. Like right off the bat,
I love this episode so much.
Really crazy episode. I think that this is another example of them taking something that didn't really work last season and finding a way to make it work a little bit better. I'm still not a fan of the twist itself, but I like the outcome a little bit better this time around. But anyway, we're just gonna get right into it. So so we start off and Hi says, oh, I am reading the raw notes here because
God.
Wait, what were you reading?
I'm reading the episode 10 notes. Hold on. This is wow. Wow, that you just caught Kevin being a dumbass live on camera.
Live and here with us all.
Yes. This is not the last time you will see that. It's definitely not the first time you've seen it either.
For a second, I thought you were going to be reading the circle notes.
No, God, that would have been even worse. I would have been like, so Alyssa's on Survivor now.
Alyssa has joined Survivor.
Which is funny because we're actually going to do the circle
I'd be here for it. I love her.
Yeah. Same. Anyway, so there we go. Mike talks about how much Hai screwed him the most out of everyone here and felt untouchable and was constantly giving him marching orders, and they're all excited they were able to take him out. And Mike is taking all the credit for this. And I don't know. I don't really feel like this was like specifically Mike's move. I feel like Omar had like a huge influence in this. And the fact that like Mike's taking the credit, a bit delusional. I gotta say, like Mike is definitely
mine. He's like, no, this is mine.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Mike can definitely still win, but, like, he's become very delusional, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that, like, he really was, like, much more strong of a contender for me earlier on, and now, like, he seems to be just so emotional, which, like, I can't even blame him because I would be too, but, like, he believes every little thing that's told to him. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I can't believe Hai would lie to me like that, like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and, like, Omar, he knows exactly how to get to him, and he is making sure he is running it.
Omar's a fucking king. He really is.
He literally
but yeah, I
is.
agree. I think Mike was someone who early on was like really a big favorite. You know, I think everyone really thought like, oh, he's in a great position to win. But I feel like he's been trying to play this like super dominant game, and he's just not, because he's so easily manipulated.
Mhm.
So
I think it depends for sure who he would be against if he were to make it to the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's still a world he can win, I feel like.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So Romeo says that he's playing under the radar, and he's sitting back and letting the Eagles eat each other up, and then the underdogs can in fact win this game. Which I feel like Romeo, I'm very like dubious of his chances. I don't know if he's going to make it, especially with the way people are talking about it. It'd be cool if he made it there. I just don't know if he's going to.
I do think it'd be cool. It would be cool. It's just like I think he has a very small chance to win.
Yeah.
See, I can easily see him being in the final 3.
Oh yeah.
But I can see him being a 0 vote finalist.
Yeah,
I
same.
think he's 100% the goatiest goat there is right now. Like, I think that anybody left would stand a chance of winning except for him.
He just hasn't done much, like
Yeah,
generally, like
And I love him. I absolutely love him, but it's just
I said it last week. I think he needed to be closer to high. I think that was definitely like his path to like really like, you know, control the game. And because of the fact that like high was like, you know, full on like, oh, Romeo's all paranoid and things like that, like I think it just really like hurt both of them. So Lindsay talks about how now that high is gone, the amulet is now a steal a vote, which she and Drea can use if they work together. And I don't know if they're going to necessarily be working together after this episode, but yeah. So Marianne talks about how, you know, she's having a lot of fun. She talks about how if you're a big threat, you're the next one out. And she feels that she'll be safe because people aren't deeming her as one, which again, just a great game from Marianne all around. I love how she is constantly finding ways to like deflect her being the target and things like that. It's just so good. And I think that's something that people just don't realize she's doing. And that's why I think Marianne, if she gets to the end, is definitely going to win. So yeah, again, some really great stuff from her. So they all discuss how the people at the bottom are now in a power position, and the 5 that are in power talk about how they need to band together. Mike brings up how Romeo hasn't done much of anything unless he's told to do so by others, and he keeps talking about the only thing he does is like grab rice and like eat it from the pie, which like I thought was a really interesting thing. No, let's not do that.
right?
I mean,
First of all, in the context of Inferno, you can't because I'm
done
a
that
mood,
before,
so
I don't co-sign that. I don't co-sign that since it's coming from the Inferno YouTube. LOL.
yes, exactly. I don't think this makes much sense considering if one of them's on your on Pride. But anyway, so basically, Drea, Jonathan, Omar, Lindsay, and Mike solidify a final 5. Drea says she wants to play against people who have been playing hard the whole time. She's also annoyed at how little movement Romeo has really made in the game. And immediately after, we see Mike tell Omar that this was complete bullshit. He's only saying this to make Drea feel safe, so she will then vote for Romeo. Do we think this was a good move for him to just like immediately turn on Drea like that?
I think for him, I mean, we didn't really get to like the end of like what happens at the like in the episode, and
yeah,
I think he shouldn't have voted out Drea given everything that happened. But I don't think it was like the worst move, but I don't think it could have been the best move that he could have made.
Yeah, definitely. Like it definitely makes sense to vote out someone like Drea, because Drea has been in such a strong position like the whole game and things like that, having all those like advantages and whatnot. It's like, you know, so he pitches to Lindsay and Omar that if she gets the final 3, she will win, and she's easily the biggest threat left that he is not working with, which again makes perfect sense for him to target her there. It's you.
Oh, sorry. I thought somebody wanted to talk.
No.
All right. Omar recognizes how powerful Mike is feeling after going after High and feels people will be going after him as soon, so he doesn't trust anything and that he says anymore, and he has become exactly what High has been doing, and it won't work for him.
Yeah, I mean, again, Omar just like killing shit. Like every episode, I feel like I'm getting more and more impressed by Omar's game, and I think him recognizing the kind of game that Mike's playing is like I think really good for like Omar overall.
I think so too. I mean, Omar right now is my winner pick. I think he's absolutely on a journey to win this game if nothing stops him.
It's like him and Marianne for me.
Like, those are the two that I said. My dad asked me about it. He's like, "Who do you think's gonna win?" I'm like, "Omar, Marianne." Those are the two.
Yeah, like if either of them make it to the end, like I feel like they're winning. So
I do think everyone at least has a shot, but some just have like a small chance.
Not Jonathan.
Jonathan and Romeo. I don't think either one of those two are winning.
I kind of just forgot Jonathan was in the game.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you because I'd like to pretend he's not in the game.
I mean, I pretend he's not in the game all the time.
Yeah.
I thought for a second I was like, was he already voted out?
Which is interesting because I think the next note is about Jonathan.
Oh no. Everyone talks about how hard it is to survive without eating, and Jonathan says, well, he has been doing the same thing. It's taken more of a toll on him, and he's wanted to be the provider, and nobody has seen how hard it is for him, which is part of his game plan.
Oh, boo fucking who cares?
Oh, well, sure.
Like, literally, who cares? Like, it's just so stupid. He's like, I wanted to be the provider. I want everyone to see I'm working for them. That's my game. And I'm like, stop. Like, literally stop. You're so bad socially. It's a lot of moves, Sean. I don't know if you can do that all in one try.
Period.
Go right ahead, Sean.
Sure.
Don't let Kevin stop you.
I mean, with all those like advantages, I mean, we got to start targeting Sean, like,
right? That's hilarious. Okay. They try to put together a net, and he basically lets them do it themselves. And Drea is surprised how angry he was acting. She really wants to work with stronger players, and he has lost a tremendous amount of weight and is weak, and someone can kill for it.
He's literally just upset because he's not like dominant in this game. Like he's not playing the game that he wants to. And so he's like getting frustrated about it. It's like pathetic to watch at this point. Like Jonathan's just so bad socially.
He's so bad besides with comps.
Yeah.
He feels he is not being appreciated enough because if it's not working, he says he has held his tongue so much, but he knows because of the bickering, they will use this to go after him.
Yeah, move on. I don't know why I wrote so many notes about this.
Lindsay recognizes how much Jonathan is unraveling, and people are noticing, and she's thinking this may be the time to take him out because of how bad of an ally he's been to her. And everyone is sick of him bossing everyone around, and he's the one person getting in the way of her winning challenges, but she's hoping if he loses, he will go home.
And here's the thing, like, as much as I want Jonathan to go, I don't feel like he's going to because he's such an easy beat in the end. Like, literally such an easy beat.
I mean, I think the whole thing with him winning immunities and stuff, it could very much put a target on his back. So, like, if he loses, like, if he keeps winning the way he's been, like, I think that could put a target on his back, and if he loses, he could easily be sent out.
I could see him getting, like, the Ricard spot where he goes, like, Final 5.
Yeah, I could see something like that as well.
Yeah. Although not comparing, because Ricard is a
Ricard is a legend.
Yeah.
We love Ricard.
Jonathan
wishes he was that iconic.
Yeah. God.
Jeff mentions the do or die twist.
My favorite.
Oh, yeah. Best thing ever.
The best twist in the world.
Oh, yeah.
They all draw rocks, and most of them get a gray rock.
Now, Jen, I know, Jazzy, you were on the last time we talked about a do or die episode. Jen, you haven't been here. What do you think of the, like, do or die twist?
I think it's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. That's fucking bullshit. And I am glad that it is 0 for 2 in success rate. Like, fuck you, Survivor production. Like,
yeah, no, I absolutely despise this twist. I think just the idea of someone leaving just because they didn't open the right box is so fucking stupid. And I feel like, especially this late in the game, it's just like not something that we need. So I hope this is the last one. damn it. Like, don't bring this back in Survivor 43. We don't need this.
No.
Petition to get rid of it.
Yes. No one likes the do or die twist.
No, yeah, get it out of here.
It's just really pointless.
It really is.
Honestly, like I'll take the fucking hourglass over this. Like, I'll take it.
Only Jonathan and Lindsay will be playing, so it's basically a showdown.
Which is insane. Like the way that went down. Like, because I don't think that happened last season. I think there was like 2 or 3 people who sat out, but like
yeah, it was like 4 people that competed or something.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, it was
I don't blame them. I'd probably do the same thing.
I'm like, yeah, bye.
Yeah.
It's now time for the immunity challenge, and they both have to stand on a balance beam for as long as possible. Sadly, Jonathan does win immunity, meaning Lindsay will be subjected to the potentially game-ending chance of known as do or die.
I was so worried for Lindsay here. I was like, come on, Lindsay.
I was like, oh no.
I was like, well, the thing is, like, you know, Lindsay hasn't really had a lot of content throughout the season.
Literally, that's why I was so afraid that, like,
this because of like.
I was like, is this leading up to her leaving in that twist? Like,
I was so
no, that's.
Yeah, especially because like I'm really starting to like Lindsay as a player, and I feel like, you know, it would have sucked if she went out this way. But Lindsay does talk about how disappointed she is in herself and that she felt safe and didn't have to play, but she's always been a competitor. And we then get this segment about how when she was a little girl, she played sports for 6 years and she may be out for that. One mistake, but she's proud she gave it her all and that she thought it through. Again, this was another worry that Lindsay was going to go because we got a segment with Hi last week.
I know.
He ended up going. So, yeah, I was very, very nervous here. So Drea's hoping that if Lindsay goes home tonight, that there would only be one amulet left in the game, and that would become an idol. She also has a knowledge is power and an extra vote, but if she survives, she needs to plan ahead. And Drea talks about how little Romeo is done, which in reality is just a decoy name to go after Drea. And Lindsay seems to be on board with this plan, wanting the amulet all to herself, which is like really a good, like, and I said like this could happen next week. Like Lindsay could potentially target Drea. Makes so much sense for Lindsay to do that.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
You have like you already got rid of like the third in the amulet. Why not just get rid of the second and have it all yourself? Like that's such a good fucking move, and like that's an easy thing for her to say at like the end. So I think that's like, you know, really good the way she did that. Obviously, you know, she's not the one who orchestrated it, but I think it makes sense for her to do that. So Jonathan also doesn't want Drea in the game with how much she has on her resume. Again, Jonathan wishes he had as much. Marion agrees if anyone lets her go to the end that she will win, and Mike brings up how he has an idol in his pocket and he's going to play it because he feels he's being played, and Omar feels that this will remove a player who will be a strong contender at the end, but yet he can't help but think about how much of a threat Mike is to win, and he wants to blindside him and make a move. However, it seems pretty set in stone that Drea is going if Lindsay is safe. I thought Mike was going to go here, like legitimately. I thought what Omar was going to flip the vote, Mike was going to go, but that's not necessarily how this plays out. So he talks to Drea and she tells him that she will take his immunity idol, and he's the only person that she's told, which was her mistake. You did not tell Omar anything. But she feels Omar is someone she can work with towards the end and that they have to vote him out tonight. And Omar feels that this is the perfect opportunity to take him out. And if Drea steals his idol, that he has no backup protection at that point. So again, I thought Omar was just like going to let Drea do it, but he then tells Lindsay about the plan, and she feels that the best thing to do is to remove Mike's idol from his pocket so they know where it is, and Drea's advantage will be neutered, and that this could be his opportunity to hold on to his idol for the rest of the game. And yet none of this may matter if Lindsay does end up going home, which again shows how fucking stupid the do or die twist is. There's all this great strategy going on. They have this stupid twist in there that could ruin the whole thing. So it's time for Tribal Council, and Jeff asked Jonathan what was the thought process of why he was going to compete. Jonathan says that he knew he needed it since they're close to the end, so there was no real choice for him. And
I'm just going to say, I apologize for writing way too many notes here about like literally every question.
You wrote about every fucking question here, so I don't know what.
That's funny. That is so funny.
I didn't have a chance to go through it and see what's important and what not. So we're just going to read everything here. So Jeff says that Lindsay was the only other person that stood up and said she's competing. She says that her competitive nature overtook her gut and that she made a poor choice. She says she was blinded without double checking if it made sense in the game to do so. And Jeff then asks Mike how it was like to watch Jonathan and Lindsay since it was a pretty intense battle. And Mike says it was unbelievable, that he had total respect for both of them. He knows Lindsay said she did a stupid thing, but he doesn't think it was stupid. He says that she did a warrior thing. And he says whatever happens tonight, Lindsay will be fine. She's a remarkable young woman, and that's what she did today. Shows what kind of person she is. Really good jury management for Mike. Like, I want to say that. Like, he had some really strong jury management, I think, especially in this episode, just really showing that he's like a really like nice person at the end of the day.
That was honestly like probably like the best part of like, or the best like question or answer.
Yeah. So Marianne says that Lindsay and Jonathan have always been head to head every single competition. So Lindsay goes ahead and steps up. She thinks it wasn't a bad decision based on the track record, and she hopes wherever this turns out, she doesn't lose that competitiveness because it's a good trait to have. My God, there's a lot of questions here. Jeff stood out from a competitive point of view. Omar says that he was sitting on the bench watching and he was very impressed, but also happy that this is not important. Jeff asked Marianne what the vibe is because you can't kind of approach it like there might be a vote, because there might be a vote depending on what happens with do or die. And Marianne says the scrambling always starts and some people are going to pull people aside. So it's either a head nod plan or a scramble plan. And Mike talks about there are like different ways of communicating within different alliances. And Jeff then asks Drea how she reacts if she knows a sign is being talked about. And this is the part I do want to talk about, where she talks about how she's basically been like the observer the entire time. This was a really good like speech from Drea, because I feel like that has very much been her game. She's like been observing, you know, all the right conversations. She knows what's going on. She's had a good pulse on the game almost the entire time. And I feel like a lot of it is just through like her observing. Like, and I think that's a skill that like sometimes isn't talked about enough in games like this, where sometimes it is just good to like kind of sit back and listen and soak in that information. I feel like Drea has just done an excellent job with that in this game.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like
that could have been like one of her game-winning moves.
Yeah, no, I when she was saying this, I felt like this is like what she should say in the end if she was there. Yeah. So Omar says today was the most paranoid that he's ever seen people. Jeff asked Jonathan what kind of energy he felt knowing that he was safe tonight. Jonathan feels people work with him more because he's safe. I really don't know about that, but Drea says that having whatever information he has doesn't change your gameplay. She didn't come to Survivor to depend on people to help her get through. Mike says they have to be careful when talking to somebody in the game and to choose words carefully, that people can misinterpret what anyone says. And that's finally the end of the questions. Let's get into the do or die here. Before the vote, it's time for the do or die game. And it goes literally the exact same way as last time. Like the exact same. We see Lindsay, she picks the flame, meaning she's still in the game. She does the same thing that Deshawn did, where she wants to switch it, but then doesn't. And basically, you know, she's told that there is going to be a vote tonight. Again, just solidifying just how stupid this thing is. Like, I'm so happy that it hasn't worked either time, because I hope it just, again, like Jen said, I hope it just gives them incentive. Just be like, yeah, this doesn't need to happen. Let's just cut it. Like, it's not
just die, not do or die. Just die.
Yeah, just die. No, dude, just die. Just die.
That's how we know about that twist.
Yeah, exactly. So Lindsay's feeling relieved after this, and right before the vote, Drea decides to play her knowledge is power advantage, and she asks Mike if he has an idol. And I was so worried at this point for her to, like, I'm not worried. I was so like excited for her to take that fucking idol from Mike. I thought it was going to happen here. I thought that it was going to be the opposite of what we got with Liana. Turns out it's the exact same thing as what happened with Liana. We see that basically what ended up happening was right before the vote, Mike told Omar of what was happening. He says no because of Omar taking it after becoming aware of Drea having this advantage. And the one thing I will say about Omar doing this, Omar does not want to give this idol back. Like, it seems like he's going to hold on to it, and I feel like he's going to need it.
And that's why he should have voted his ass out instead of Drea's.
No, I agree. Like, this is the thing I will say. Omar's been playing a really strong game. I don't think this was a great move for him. I think that
I think that Omar's been playing a good game. He just hasn't really been thinking about his jury management.
Oh yeah,
Might
definitely.
bite him in the end, because I think he's playing a masterful game.
Oh
but,
yeah,
like with the way that like this was handled, and even Drea on her way out, I only told one person about my advantage, and
yeah,
like she knows, like she knows it was him. Like everyone knows, like on their way out that it's him. So that'll be interesting.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going to happen to Omar moving forward, because I feel like he's been playing this game where he's like, everyone trusts him because nobody realizes what he's doing. I feel like after this, people might start to catch on, but we'll have to see.
It's like how is he going to recover from the outing of, we'll have to see.
Yeah, so with that, let's get to the vote. It's a very close vote, which it is this time. This is not me fucking up and realizing that who was it? Jonathan only had like 2 votes last time. I thought he had more. I don't know what happened to Aly. Oh, she said her internet went out. But anyway, we're gonna continue here. So yeah, basically. Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, Drea does end up going with a 5-3 vote in one of the most graceful exits I think I've ever seen on Survivor. And I'm liking seeing these players leave like satisfied with the game they've played. Like they're not upset over what happened. Yes, obviously they have some bitterness towards those that like wrong them, but we saw with High last week and we're seeing with Drea. I just like seeing these more like graceful exits. Like it's really refreshing to watch when Mike is, near Drea and asking her if she put the 2 votes on him. He's like generally excited about it and telling her he's going to visit her in Canada. Like stuff like that I love. Like I'm here for the camaraderie, and I think it's that it's that much more of just a likable cast because of it. Oh, your internet's back.
Yeah, my stepdad came to me as he was like, the internet went out for a second, but it's rebooting now.
We have that all the time,
right?
I get it.
So I have no comment on this. I haven't seen this season, but yes, I liked her exit a lot.
Michaela's exit. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god.
Iconic in different ways.
Yes, very different ways.
Eventually I'll watch more.
You should. That's a very good season.
Too.
Yeah. So basically, like I said, she confirms to Mike she threw 2 votes. She tells Lindsay that she's rooting for her and says to Jonathan that he was never on her radar, which again shows how bad of a game Jonathan's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Lets Mike know he will win if he makes it to the end. And you see that Mike's like subtly saying like, you just put a target on my back. Lets Omar know that he's the only person she told the secret to, and that Romeo has been an option every single time, and then tells Marianne to keep being her. Again, I love this. I love the parting words that she had. I love the graceful exit. I love that she was the one that said the tribe has spoken. It was great. Like just such a great exit all around.
I love that so much.
Yeah, it was fantastic to watch. And Jeff then lets them know as a viewer, this was a very weird statement. He's like, as a viewer, he can't think of a season with this much fierce gameplay and camaraderie. This is the ideal way for Survivor to be played, and he's found it awesome. I'm like, Jeff, you're the host. Like, you're not a viewer. Like, I don't know what you're saying you're a viewer. But I agree. Like, this is definitely the way Survivor should be played. Just a very weird way of wording it. Yeah, in her exit interview, Drea says that she played the hardest game that she could have, and she wanted to go out with a bang, playing her advantages, and has 0 regrets about the game, and hopes everyone brings out a fight in the end. Jen, I'm going to turn to you because I know Drea was like one of your favorites this season. So what did you think of her game overall?
She was one of my favorites this season. She was the first person I picked in our draft because I just had such a strong feeling that she was going to be incredible this season, and she was. Literally from day one, she was just like boom, 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 like coming in hot, like here to play. She got a 10 million advantages and like ended up flopping on like every single one of them, but it's fine because I think she is like guaranteed to be like returning at some point because she was so iconic and just a really, really fun person to watch play. And I was sad to see her go. I thought she really had what it takes to get to the end. But when you're that awesome, people start to catch on, I guess.
I see Treya being someone they keep bringing back until she wins. Like, I think she's going to be one of those people for sure.
I think so too.
I think so too. She's probably like, I feel like when she comes back, she could like easily possibly win.
Yeah, just such a dominant game all around. All the way she was able to find all those advantages. Maybe didn't play them the best, but she always like had such strong reads on the game and things like that. And again, the fact that she still just throughout all of it had such like a positive and like graceful attitude is just really refreshing to watch. And it shows like how much she loves the game and things like that. So like again, want to see more of that. Want to see more of that.
I feel like I saw like it was almost like a switch in my mind, at least. Like I don't know if I was just missing something, but like she's been so like laser focused.
Oh yeah.
And then like to me when she got voted out and like she's like getting her torch snuff, like I feel like her like it's like almost like it was like a weight lifted off her shoulder in a way.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. So,
it's obviously so stressful to be out there, but like now she doesn't have to worry about like, you know, lying to people, everything like that. Like and like I feel like the whole different side of her came out in just that like couple of like minutes there, and like it was cool. You can really tell that she's an awesome person.
Yeah, it made us love her even more, honestly. So, and I do agree with Adrian here. It seems like next week's a big episode for Marianne because she talks about how like I'm here to play the game. I'm not anyone. Like, yes. I feel like that idol's gonna come out next week. It's got it. It's final. What is it? Final 6 now.
Deshaun.
Yes. Follow Inferno.
Yes.
Follow Inferno.
Absolutely.
Follow Inferno. Some idiot might be playing it.
Horrible Counts is happening in less than 20 minutes.
But also an Icon is hosting. So
true.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like
I don't think so. I feel like they're gonna do it on the island just like they did last
year. I think so too.
Yeah, they literally filmed it back to back, so I feel like they're probably just gonna do it the same way. It's probably gonna be just as awkward in terms of the reunion, but it's fine. Especially last season, like having to watch Deshaun just like sit there knowing that like he just lost, and like you can tell like he wants to get up and like talk to people and he can't. Like it's gonna be just as awkward.
It's like so awkward like watching them sit there, like especially if they hadn't gotten to like eat yet, like watching them just like sit there and munch on like their pizza and whatever.
It'll be so funny.
Yeah, that was really funny to watch. But yeah, we're at final 6. At this point, like I said, oh yeah, that's true. Almost
very true. That's a lot.
Very excited to see how this you know comes into play.
This is where Jonathan could go.
Oh please,
This is where Jonathan could go.
Please,
literally,
that would be iconic.
If he doesn't win immunity, he could go here because like
Honestly,
everybody else
in the community, they have to get him out here.
Please.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because like Romeo is not a threat at this point, and Jonathan's not either. But Jonathan's just like annoying, and like nobody seems to like really want him there. So it's like,
it's just you know, you can only let like I just feel like if you're winning that many immunities, like it is like low key impressive, and like
it is
perception that like we all have of Jonathan because we've seen like the show and stuff like might not be how like everyone else like views him on the island. So like maybe he would have a shot to win in the end.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very possible.
But I just think that like if I'm on that island and I see that person winning immunity a jillion times, like the one time that person does not have immunity, they are gone. So they missed their opportunity that one time, and let's see what happens.
Yeah,
it's also dependent on like what is the jury looking for. Like, are they looking for like a strategic game? Do they want someone who was more social? Do they want someone who was like winning a bunch of immunities? Like, no, that's true. That's true.
Lindsay's there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike's also a POC.
And I was gonna say Mike is a POC as well.
Yeah,
I think.
Mike's a POC.
Mike was a POC.
Yeah, if Jonathan if Jonathan goes, it's all POCs. So
and Lindsay.
Yeah, and Lindsay. Yeah, POC or woman.
I remember
Lindsay's kind of a queen too, so
she is.
Oh yeah, we love
honestly,
Lindsay.
like
her 420 post was amazing.
Oh, that was so good.
Also, preseason, like we didn't even love Lindsay. Like we thought she was just
y'all didn't. She was my winner pick.
It was like we thought she was just gonna be like really cocky and entitled.
I thought she was gonna be purpled. I did.
That too.
Purpled, like for like a lot of the.
It was.
But like now that they're actually showing her, I'm like, okay.
Queen.
Like, I like sis.
I don't hate Mike. I think he's
don't
playing
hate
a good game. I just think he's very delusional right now.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not
like
the
him,
biggest
though.
on Mike, but like I'm
Yeah.
not super against him. Like I pretty much like anyone whose name is not Jonathan, I like.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally, that's where I'm
Hey,
at.
Jaya.
Hi.
Hello.
Also, yes, we did. I don't have many opinions except I know one of them apparently is a Trump supporter, so we don't like that.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's not the person you may think. So
Interesting.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like, what?
I'll
Yeah.
have to find out the tea.
yeah. But anyway, before we do wrap things up here, we are gonna go through both of our guests and let them do their outros. We're gonna start with Jen because I know she has to run in a little bit. So go right ahead.
Hi, I'm Jen. Bye,
Hi.
I'm Jen.
Nice to meet you.
I don't know what to say. Follow me on Twitter. My @ is Jenn Rudolph with 2 H's at the end.
Where the
and
fuck
also
is it? I'm trying to find it.
follow Inferno and join our Facebook group because we are
Yes.
an awesome org.
Yes.
There, I have it. Oh, what the freaking banners? What do you
Stop
mean?
with the
Oh, wait. Okay, there. I can easily take that one out.
Janae's like laughing.
There we go.
There we go.
Like, weirdly on camera by myself. I've got my queens to my left and to my right.
Yes.
Yeah, you got the Queens of Ponderosa.
Right.
True.
But yeah, Jazzy, go ahead.
Hi guys. Follow me on Twitter at QuinFaslay.
I almost put Grace's.
I mean, follow Grace.
We do love Grace, but that's not yours.
You guys all Pinkie Pie. She's amazing.
Yes, we love Grace.
We love Grace.
We
Yeah,
do.
follow me QuinFaslay on Twitter. I've been posting a little bit of Survivor.
Yes.
Want to keep up with
Yes.
all fun things and see my lovely Wordle scores. That's a lot of what I post.
Yes.
Yeah, follow me at QuinFaslay.
Yeah. Yeah, so other than that, that's it for our podcast of Survivor 42. Very excited to see how the rest of the season does play out. Again, as long as Jonathan is not in the finale, we're gonna have a great winner. I mean, he's not winning anyway, but we're gonna have a great winner. So yeah, we'll have to see how it does go. This is always a lot of fun to do. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in our next video, and we'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.
Bye.